Jovin, you so dumb.
Hey cuties, welcome back to the channel. So I'm just showing y'all everything that I bought. I'm really not gonna list out what you're gonna need because I'm showing you everything you're gonna need, and the video isn't going as fast as our typical arts and crafts stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. So the only thing I didn't buy is obviously that rubber plate lid, the cap, whatever you want to call it. I didn't buy that because I got it from my cupboard. But this is where we got our inspiration from. You see how the paint got on there? When I originally wanted to make, because I told myself, I was looking in my closet and I was like, you don't have no pink boots. And that just blew me. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's go buy pink paint and make one of our boots pink. So I originally got the hot pink, well, whatever it was called, thinking that's the boot color. But then the paint accidentally got on the paintbrush itself. And I love the little splatter look. And I was like, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do splatter paint. But I didn't want to do a dark. So I went and bought the lighter pink. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. I am painting the boot. I laid the plastic down from Walmart because obviously I didn't want it to get on my floor. This whole thing, to be honest, I'm not going to lie to y'all, takes longer than I originally thought it would. It took me several days to do this. By several, I think 3, if I'm not mistaken. Simply because the longest part of the process is the paint drying. And that really upset me. I need to either find better paint or something. But right now, this is what we got to work with. So it's kind of hard to do this simply because, like, you see the boot has curvatures and stuff. It's like me, and I love that for it. But yeah, so the paint has to dry, and that's what really makes this whole process take longer than it needs to. I end up putting one coat at a time. So for the most part, when I say one coat at a time, like you see me applying this coat, right? And then I wait for it to dry, and then I work on the other boot. And then I applied 5 layers onto one boot because, to be honest, the color itself, maybe I should have did like a white base and then it would have, you know, but because the color was like that grayish, brownish color, the pink was, it was really hard to hide it. So I had to do 5 layers of this light pink. So I finished the boot and I let it dry, do the other boot. And then after I'm done putting 5 layers on one side, I flip the boot to the other side. You know, now it's drying, but like now I flip it to the other side. This is the final result, right? Right here. This was after 5 layers. Don't look at the toes. Stop. Don't look at my toes. But anyways, so then I flip it on the other side and then I do the other side, but let it be fully dry. Do not sit here and like put it on there. You know what I'm talking about? I did this plain spatter off camera simply because like, I thought if I messed up, then, so I did it off the whim. And I was like, when I figure out what I'm going to do, then I'm going to show y'all. So I just scooped it up just like that. And then I like splattered it all over. Be careful. It might just spray everywhere. That's just the risk of arts and crafts. Anyways, so I'm showing y'all the zipper because it does get a little harder to open the zipper because I painted on the zipper. But you're going to take your mod spray and you're going to spray it on top. And it's just going to add a shimmer layer to it. I did do 2 layers of the mod spray on both sides. I actually did three layers actually. Now I'm over here reading the instructions with y'all, but I didn't ask for all of that. Now, if you see like the paint right there, this is what I'm talking about. If I knew, I would have lifted it up before I did it. But if you let the boot sit down, the mod will like, if it clutters up in a certain area, it leaves like a brownish tint to it. So hold the item up when you're about to spray it. That's my best recommendation. Do not lay it down like I'm doing because it just, it's not too bad though. It's not too bad. Anyway, so I do 3 layers. However, this is strong as hell. So don't do it indoors. If you do crack a window open, don't be like me, baby. I learned the hard way. I was coughing all in my room. I sure was. But as you can see, that's what I'm talking about. Like the mod, when it dries, it leaves like this like brownish. And that's because it just sits there. But it wouldn't just sit there if I had held it up to spray. You know what I'm talking about? So I just used the darker pink to like cover up all the brown spots, to be honest. See what I'm talking about? I just used the dark pink to cover it all up and add extra splashes on. I would say, yeah, like I told y'all, be careful when you splatter in it. But for the most part, after everything dries, I'm trying to clean my floor because look at me. Yeah, I was making a mess, but this was fun and stressful at the same time. Will I do it again? Hell no. But it was fun to do it. I'm not gonna hold y'all. So now it's just drying, to be honest. That's really it. It's simple to the point. It just takes a really long time. And these are the after results. I did have to go in right there. As you can still see some of the boot. So I went in and I added some darker pink to cover that little like crease part that I didn't know that didn't get painted.